Okay, I've gone to 4 different stores. I can't find any elastic anywhere, which is good news because people are making masks. It's bad news if you're trying to make masks. So here are 3 alternatives that you can do without elastic. First one I used with beading string. I got this from Joann's. It was $4, I think. Pony bead lacing. Ah! Ooh! I'm a tube. You can see it is plasticky, and I tie them long and people can fit them behind their ears with however big their head is. Yay. Option 2 is paracording. I got this from Walmart. 18 feet, I think was $2. Ah, authentic. Where's the camera? Authentic parachute cord. Go create! You can see it's a little bit thicker, has that standard paracord feel. Awesome! Number 3 is sewing fabric that you can tie behind your head. This takes the most amount of effort, but if you can't find bead, plastic stuff, or paracording, better than nothing. Yay, fabric! Step 1. Change out of your lounging PJs and put on your comfy PJs. Step 2, find some tunes. Step 3, watch the video in the comments and then stop at 2 minutes, 15 seconds. I have no idea how to measure for a mask. I take a measuring tape, about here. It's gotta go around my ear. It's gotta go around, and then it's gotta tie a little bit, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. 16 inches. Okay, I measure my 16 inches. Boop, 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 boop. If you don't make the boops, you won't measure right. You cut the paracord. Oh no, Mr. Bill, it frayed. Now is the fun part where you get to play with fire. If the white part has come out, you want to trim it as close to the black as possible. So you trim, 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 trim. Okay. Now do not burn yourself. The hospitals are overloaded, okay? And you want it just to melt so that it's not weird and itchy. Yay, paracord! Okay, we have followed the other video up until this point. So now what you want to do is you want to take your paracord that is freshly burned and you want to place it pretty much on this seam here that you had done. Because you had ironed this outside part, and then you're going to fold it one more time where you already ironed it. So it makes a nice little pocket for the paracord. Hey, I'm a pocket. Okay, we're going to place a pin. Boop, boop. Okay, time to sew. Okay, when you're sewing, you want to make sure that your paracord stays out here to the side and you don't hit it with the needle. You just want to sew along this outside so that this pocket part stays seamed down. So again, I'm gonna hold it out to the side here. Make sure you're tucking under as you go. We don't want any of these open, frayed edges because then as we wash it, it will begin to fray. Double check your paracord, boop, boop. Cut your threads. And now as you can see, it can move freely in here. And then I just tie it up, make sure it doesn't get lost. And then we can go fit it on someone's face. Okay, you've sewn it now. Now we want to fit it. So the part that goes against your face is the one with the seams. Boop, boop. So you just put it on kind of where it's gonna go. You move your hair. Don't tie up your hair because it hurts. Okay, okay. And now we're just going to tie it. Boop, boop. Double knot. Boop, little bit loose. See, don't tie up your hair. Okay. Now I tighten it down. Okay. I'm going to trim it now. We're gonna burn these again. More fire! Okay. Now, once you've burned it, we don't want the itchy knot part against our ear all day, right? So you're just going to rotate it through. You can see the knot, and we're just going to tuck it inside our little pocket. Boop. And just finagle it down in there. Boop, boop. Boop. Again, boops help it go. Boop, boop. Make the pockets bigger next time, okay, okay. Almost there, almost finagled. Where did that word come from, finagle? And yay! Now you can see we have a nice loop, but nothing is going to agitate our ear. And now you're ready to work! Yay! With the plastic beading, do the exact same instructions as the paracording, but don't burn it. You don't need to burn it. It's just plastic. Just bloop bloop, it's good. So to make the ties, we need to cut long strips. So I've done so. I'm cutting mine 3 inches wide and 19 inches long. I measured on my husband's head and he has a very adorable and large noggin, and the 19 inches in length worked great on his head. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. So we take our strip of fabric and you turn it right sides together because we're going to sew it, and then turn it inside out so that all of the seams are on the inside. So you can see here, when you turn it, you want to make sure that you see the wrong side of the fabric. We're going to start on the folded side. it to the end, you backstitch, boop, 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 boop. Okay, and we are not going to sew that last tiny little bit because that's how we're going to turn it inside out. Cut off your threads. Here's a pen with a cap on. You scrunch the fabric like this so that the fabric is pulling away from each other, and you push the pen down, and you want to wiggle the other sides of the fabric up around the pen like so. Okay, hold on to the end of the pen. We don't want it to disappear. And now you're just gonna scrunch up the fabric. Okay, now we're gonna take out the pen. And you just do this. And now all of our seams are inside. Wiggle the top up. Okay, now we need 4 total of these for each mask. So let's get working. Okay, so now we have sewn our mask according to the other video. Now we need to attach the ties that are now right side out. So you have ironed this piece so that it's nice and ironed like this to tuck in all the raw edges. So fold it like you've ironed. Take the edge that isn't sewn, and we're just gonna place it right there like a little pita pocket. Boop, boop. Okay, and then you want to flip it over. So now the tie is facing away from the mask, because when you wear it on your face, you want it to face away from the mask. So we want to start going this way. And you want to start down at the bottom. You can't see that. Okay, like that. What if I turn off the light? Nope. Okay, so we're going to sew up towards the edge. Now we're going to turn and sew the top down. Now turn. And now we're going to sew all the way down so that all of this ironed part stays down so there's no raw edges. But wait, Mandy, we need a second tie at the end. I'm glad that you remembered about that. So we take our second tie and we do the same thing. You see it's folded over like this. You just pop it in there. You tuck the fold back over and then you flip it. So now the tie is facing away from the rest of the mask. And we're going to continue sewing down. And now turn. And turn one more time, and this will attach the tie all the way down. Pull out and cut your threads. No one likes threads. And now, as you can see, we have our 2 ties for this side of the mask. Yay! So we now have our mask with 2 ties. As you can see, you put it on and you just tie and you tie. This mask looks ginormous on me because it's a bigger pattern for those with larger surface area on their face. Okay, as we know, COVID is spread by droplets, not in the air. So before we give these to anyone, I don't want any of my inadvertent droplets to get on anyone that I'm giving the mask to. So you have to pop them in the wash and the dryer to kill anything.
How old are you?
Okay, you had to take off your ear loop material to wash the mask, and now we have to put it back on because we got to attach it to our face somehow. So you just take the loop material, put a safety pin through it, and we're going to use a safety pin to help guide it through our pocket. So we're going to inch it like an inchworm. We're going to inch, inch, inch. Some of the folds may give you trouble, but that's okay because we shall persist. And we're going to inch. Boop, 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 boop. I wasn't making the boops, that's why I was giving you trouble. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, now you can tie it again. And don't do that.